Shalom, everyone, and welcome back. This week's Torah portion, we read about the reuniting of our father Jacob with his evil brother Esav, who wanted to kill him. And the parsha begins, "Vayishlach Yaakov malachim lefanav." Jacob sent angels ahead of him to Esav Achiv, to Esav his brother, Arza Seir, to the land of Seir, at the field of Edom. Yitzavo Sam Lemor, and he commanded them, in other words, these angels were perhaps scouts, or as Rashi says, they were actual angels. He commanded them, Ko Tamrun Laduni Esav, thus you shall speak to my master Esav, Ko Amar Avdecha Yaakov, thus did Yaakov say, your servants say, Im Lavan Garti, he instructed them to tell Esav, I dwelt with Lavan, with my uncle Lavan, the Echer ad Atar, and I remained until now. What does that mean? He dwelt with Lavan. What was the message that he was instructing them to tell Esav to impart? So Rashi explains the word Garti, I dwelt with Esav. Garti is the numerical value of the letters Taryag, which is 613, the 613 mitzvahs. As Rashi says, Kolomar, in other words, Im Lavan Harasha Garti, with the wicked Lavan I dwelt, the Taryag mitzvah Shamarti, and I kept the 613 commandments, Lo Lamadati Mimasav Harayim, and I did not learn from his evil ways, that I remained steadfast in my Jewishness, in my commitment to God, and nothing you can do, Esau, will change me, because I have that strength that the mitzvahs, the observance of the mitzvahs gave to me. And the lesson is an important lesson. Years ago, I had a teacher who said, boys, when I meet you years from now, I only want to hear one thing. I want to hear Im Lavan Garti V'Taryag Mitzvah Shamarti. I dwelt with Lavan and I kept the mitzvahs. In other words, I dwelt out there in the world. I lived in the world, and I was not affected by the negative attitudes, the negative ways of the world. I remained a steadfast, strong, committed Jew. That's what I want to hear from you. And certainly years later, when I met that rabbi, I went back to visit him. That's the first thing I told him. I said, Rabbi, Im Lavan Garti V'Taryag Mitzvah Shamarti. With Lavan I dwelt, but I still kept the mitzvahs. I'm still a Torah observant Jew. And the attitudes and the ways of the world did not affect me because I kept the mitzvahs. And indeed, the world is a very, very interesting place. It's a place that we find values that are not exactly together with Jewish values in so many ways. The world is a place of greed, of excess, of watching out for me, only me, and these values are not such good values for Jewish people to have. The values that Jews should have are Torah values, values of charity, values of kindness, values of family. These are the important things, the really important values in the world today. Unfortunately, we are seeing a lot of negativity in the world, and unfortunately, in many respects, the Jewish people are being affected by it. And we need to work on ourselves that should not be so. And one of the more important values that Jews are known for is their values of tzedakah, of charity, of kindness, to help each other. Today is Giving Tuesday, and on Giving Tuesday, Jewish people, as other people throughout the world, are encouraged to be charitable and to give generously to their various causes, nonprofit causes. Facebook is matching many of these gifts, and we are encouraging everyone to give. And I think it's such a beautiful idea that organizations are being encouraged to give. People are being encouraged to give to their favorite charities, whatever they may be, and to help them. And just the idea of people giving, people being charitable to each other, is such a wonderful value. It's a Jewish value, but it's also a human value. And this is something that we can learn from and we should all participate in. I hope you'll all participate in giving to Chabad of University City and to give to other organizations as well and other causes as well that help mankind. What a beautiful, beautiful idea. Years ago, President Herbert Walker Bush came out with the idea of random acts of kindness, which I think he got from the Rebbe, to tell you the truth. The Rebbe would talk about having random acts of kindness throughout the world as a way of bringing the world into more of an attitude of love and respect and kindness for each other, and how important that is, and how much that is needed today, especially now during the pandemic. We need to bring each other closer back together again. In America, we've just finished a very hard won and difficult presidential election. And as the new president elect, Joe Biden has told us, now it's a time to heal. Now it's a time to come back and become friends again. Brothers should now be friends with each other. And people who had such strong political views one way or another, now it's time to calm down. Now it's time to reach out to your fellow and love and in friendship. And now it's a time to come back. And I think hopefully at this time, this is what we're going to do. So I hope and pray that the animosity, uh, the anger that we saw in the past will now calm down, and life will go on in a good way, in a positive way. And hopefully, this way should be the precursor of the Messianic age, which we all hope and pray for, a time of peace throughout the world, a piece of a time of coming together throughout the world as well, and something we need so badly. So I'd like to encourage you all to please give generously. I'd also want to remind everyone that Hanukkah is coming up very soon, and Chabad of University City is participating in the local Hanukkah party for the entire city, which will be at the Delmar Fairgrounds on December the 14th, featuring the international singing star God Elbaz in concert live at the Delmar Fairgrounds. It's now time to make your reservations. Go online and reserve. It's by cars only. It'll be social distancing, only by cars. There'll be a limit of an amount of cars allowed in. Make your reservations now, and let's all see you there. Also, on the first night of Hanukkah, we'll be celebrating at University Town Center. Then you need to make reservations for that as well. So I want to wish you all a happy Hanukkah and a good coming of the month of December. And may we all be healthy and well. And God willing, with the vaccine coming out, we should hopefully get rid of the scourge of this pandemic once and for all. Shalom, everyone. Shalom.